Arsenal stay top of the Premier League with a 3-0 win over Bournemouth. Jules, they don't control their fate, but they're putting as much pressure as they can on Manchester City.
Yeah, they are, Gav. They've got 2 more games, and they need to hope that at some point City will have 3 more games because they've obviously got the game in hand against Spurs. Will drop points somewhere, away at Fulham, away at Spurs, or maybe at home to West Ham on the last day of the season. It's not going to be at home to West Ham, I can tell you that.
Stop it.
So they will have to see, but you're right. They're doing everything they can. They might finish the season with 89 points. The second highest tally ever, and not win it. It would be, if that's the case, they can, I think, still be very proud of their season. But City are a machine when it comes down to sprinting title races. So they might do it, and Arsenal can have a few regrets there and there, I think, around the season, but still have a wonderful season.
It is kind of the curse of Spurs, right? That if they stop Man City, it might not mean anything to them. Or affect them in any way, but it'll give Arsenal their first league title.
Which they're not going to do.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Bournemouth boss Anthony Iraola said that Kai Havertz took a dive, Gab, to get a penalty for the first goal in that game. Do you agree?
Well, look, if we look at it from a rules perspective, he leaves his leg in there. He drags it behind. He knowingly drags it behind, and that causes the contact. And so that's a foul. That's what the rules say.
Yeah.
You're not under an obligation. If a leg is there in your pants, you're not under the obligation to jump out of the way, right? This is the interpretation. Did he play for it? Yeah. From an ethical perspective, is this the reality of football? Yeah, it is. I would certainly be extremely annoyed if Kai Havertz did that against my team. Manchester City, meanwhile, pummel Wolves 5-1, and Erling Haaland scores 4 goals before being substituted. Jules, he's in fine form despite being trolled by Roy Keane.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I understand the whole Roy Keane obsession with Erling Haaland. So,
or the Haaland family, we might even go back.
Yeah, but does he come back from that? Is it really from that? Is it like 20 years on? Now Roy Keane takes kind of some sort of revenge on the son?
He called him a spoiled brat as he came off the pitch.
Because he was not happy when he came off, because I think he wanted to stay and try to score a 5th goal.
Although Guardiola said it wasn't about that. It was to do with the refereeing or something.
Yeah, which I'm not really sure. But then, obviously, going back to almost a League 2 player, calling him a League 2 player, which is an insult, let's be honest, for any player in the Premier League, but especially someone as good as Erling Haaland. So I'm not really sure why Keane is so obsessed to attack him. 4 goals against a Wolves team that was very welcoming, I thought. Max Skillman clearly opened the door every time to Erling Haaland. Here you go. Please be my guest. But they're doing the job. And KDB, Foden, Alvarez with a good finish, Doku coming out. It was a very, very impressive performance again.
Aston Villa fall at Brighton 1-0 as Roberto De Zerbi gets his first win since March 10th. Given the way things are going at Spurs, I'm not sure Unai Emery's going to care.
No, he won't, although he played a lot of his talking about resting or not resting, rotating or not rotating. He played pretty much his stronger side in this game.
Yeah, but that's because I guess he thought Spurs were going to win at Anfield.
Well, maybe, or at least
I'm glad I don't get my betting tips from Unai Emery.
He thought Spurs are going to lose. Well, Liverpool, you can see that coming. If we win, then we are guaranteed Champions League football, which they're still not now. But Spurs will have to win all their 3 remaining games.
They have to come back against
7 points.
Olympiacos.
Yeah, but you still have to go away. 2 goals deficit. So, you could have rested a little bit more. But you're right. It looked like a bad defeat. But then because Spurs lost as well, you keep the gap at 7 points. With 3 games to go for Spurs, 2 for you. With a much better goal difference, +9 I think they are over them. So you won't lose sleep at all about it. Chelsea destroyed West Ham 5-0. Gap between this and the Spurs win on Thursday night. Are things coming together now for Poch?
In terms of results, they certainly are. In terms of patterns of play, we're seeing some of the more basic things. But look, they played 2 teams that are free-falling, right?
Yeah.
Which is worth saying. And they played them at home. But in terms of the individuals, the talented individuals are there. You just need to insert them in a way of playing where they do this regularly. Cole Palmer, of course, we know about. Madueke, I think, has really grown this season, giving you something different on the wing. Explains why Sterling doesn't play. So, yeah, they're on the right track. Newcastle stay ahead of Chelsea as they win 4-1 at Burnley. Jules, which of these 2 is going in the Europa League?
Well, they both have 3 games remaining. Gav, there's 2 points clear for Newcastle, 56 points to 54 for Chelsea. I think Newcastle have this now. They've got a bit of momentum, but it could be tight.
Harry Maguire is now injured too, which means Erik ten Hag is down to 0 central defenders for the game against Crystal Palace this evening. Jules, I'm assuming even you will have some sympathy
I
now.
do. Yeah, to be fair and to be serious, I do. It can't be nice when you're a manager, whatever level, whatever team, to have so many injuries through the season, especially in one position, 2 positions in the case, but the same job. It can't be nice when you prepare for a game, when you still, by the way, are fighting to qualify for Europa League, and there's a lot of teams around you. Your own future is also in doubt if you're Erik ten Hag. So it's not good. No Varane, no Lisandro Martinez, no Lindelof, no Maguire now.
No Luke Shaw.
No Johnny Evans, no Cambuala. I don't know.
7.
I mean, Casemiro, who played there, as we saw, and not well, but had to play there.
Who's the other one? Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah, I guess so. And
Because they have so many fullback options too.
not even, so Dalot, and I don't even know. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do. But yeah, it's not ideal when you're going to play against a team like Crystal Palace, who at home have been really good lately. Mateta, Olise, Eze, doing all really well. You don't want to get there with such a makeshift defense. Well, it's not even makeshift. It doesn't even come close. So
You know when Mateta, when they have those balls over the top and Mateta starts rumbling towards the ball, those steamrollers that just pick up speed and stuff. I'm just imagining Casemiro trying to keep up with him without fouling him.
I think I would let him go. Here you go. And let him go.
Oh, no, you deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.